Welcome everyone to the Side Draft Podcast. The NASCAR Truck Series went to Texas Motor Speedway for this week's playoff race.
Yeehaw!
was what a lot of these playoff drivers were saying as they were intense battling for the points to get in to the playoffs. And Justin Haley started outside of the playoffs before this race, and now he is cruising his way on the homestead.
Yeah, the crew chief is saying just go out there and just try to maximize the points, and that's what he did.
That's how you maximize them. But teammate John Boy Sauter, goes out and gets the pole, and a lot of confidence for GMS right now. Wins the pole, wins a few stages, wins the whole thing. So a lot of confidence going for them right now.
Yeah, it's like the minimum is at GMS right now.
So for the green flag, Johnny Sauter would start us off with Noah Gragson on his outside. Would have Sauter leading very early on. Friesen would take the second position away from Gragson, and he would just charge to the lead. And we would have a caution out for Bo Lamastus. It is Bo time in side draft today. He would spin and hit the wall.
Bo, we're going around.
And we would have a restart on lap 7. We'd have Friesen versus Gragson for the lead. And then Justin Haley takes the lead out of nowhere. And also it's notable that Johnny Sauter just fell out of contention all of a sudden due to a flat tire during that restart.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate for him. If they had called it earlier on that last caution, then he might not win a lap down.
And, it's important that he won that race at Martinsville because he just had a tough time today in Texas.
Yeah, most of the time he's really good here at Texas, and I don't know, it just didn't go very well with him.
It's kind of like how we, when we go to the races, Truex has issues. Apparently someone there had some sort of vex against Sauter. That's how that happened. That's all we know. Then as Justin Haley goes for the lead, David Gilliland would have a flat tire, caution is out. And he had a fast truck, and then all goes to smoke.
Yeah, really the whole points tonight was just all up and down, and kept changing like every lap.
On the restart, Justin Haley would take the lead. Sheldon Creed, who won the ARCA Series championship this year, makes his way up to second. It would have a caution for the 9 of Roy Bar or something like that. I have no clue how to say it correctly, so I'm sorry. But the 9 truck had some issues there.
Yeah, some reason I don't feel very loose or what. He just keeps spinning around.
And we'd have a restart with Haley and Creed. And Sheldon Creed would take the lead for just a few laps, but it's always great to lead your first laps in any of the top 3 series in NASCAR.
Yeah, this is a good way to get some confidence.
And Justin Haley would eventually get the lead again until we'd have a caution for the 9 truck once again of Roba, and would have a stage in under yellow. Justin Haley would win the stage.
Just maximize the points.
And to continue that, stage 2, Ross Chastain, driving the 38 truck, would win the race off pit road. No tires. Not sure if I agree with that strategy there. It's just, you're going to need tires on a track like this. If it would be like Talladega or something, I would understand, but lost a lot of positions, and just not a very good strategy.
Yeah, especially being out front like that with old tires, would be kind of hard to be competitive.
And then it kind of ruins like the playoff drivers if the driver couldn't get up to the, up through the gears fast enough, and then bad things can happen. Those type of strategies. Stuart Friesen would be in second. The top 6 stayed out, so Chastain wouldn't be leading the field in the green. We'd have Myatt Snyder leading with Jesse Little on his outside. Not long after that, we had a crash. Fairly huge crash. The 04, the 21 of Johnny Sauter, which would make his day even worse. The 12 of Tyler Young, the 18 of Noah Gregson, so some playoff implications for that team possibly. The 8 of Joe Nemechek and the 20 of Thorson.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate for Sauter and Noah to get caught up in that. Noah didn't get a whole lot of damage. You know, he got the right side kind of beat up a little bit, but they fixed it a little bit and got it away.
We would have a tight points battle. And like all of the trucks besides Matt Crafton was like within like 6 points of each other. So, you know, really tight for those final positions in the playoffs.
Yeah, even with Matt Crafton racing up there in like the top 10, top 5, he really couldn't gain any points on anybody tonight.
And then we would have the restart, Snyder versus Little. Snyder would lead, and then we would have Harrison Burton versus Myatt Snyder versus Justin Haley. And, you know, Sheldon Creed in the 2, he had a great night so far. Then he would spin, which would ruin, you know, a stellar night. So, you know, bad issues for him. We'd have another restart with Snyder and Haley. Snyder would get it until the caution for debris, which would be the 2 truck of Sheldon Creed once again.
Yeah, I believe he's got loose and hit the wall and it just fell all apart.
Yeah, it takes a little while to completely understand these trucks and how to drive them to their 100% best without having issues like that. So it's just a learning curve. I'm pretty sure he'll take some notes, and get better from here on out. And with that, stage 2 would end under caution as well. Myatt Snyder will win his first stage.
Yeah, it's very fortunate that this is the first time in a long time that, you know, the stages ended in caution. And here we have back-to-back cautions back-to-back stages that ended in caution.
So stage 3, Todd Gilliland would lead on the restart for staying out. Would have Stuart Friesen right behind him. Friesen would be right at his back bumper, just wasn't ever able to clear him. Took him a long time. Justin Haley was marching his way up through the field. He was one of those trucks that pitted. Friesen would finally get around Gilliland. Then Friesen would go to pit road along with Gilliland right behind him. And Stuart Friesen just can't seem to get to victory lanes, kind of like Daniel Hemrick in the Xfinity Series. Every time he gets that golden opportunity, something happens.
I believe his weakest part is that last pit stop, the money stop. It seems like something always goes wrong. Either speeds or something on pit road always finishes the day out.
And that would not be the only issue we would have for the front runners. Matt Crafton would be slow in the pits. He'd be out of fuel. Manages to get there, but just not good because he's so far back in the points. He's basically going to need to win Phoenix unless 2 trucks have a major issue at Phoenix. And then it all seemed like Todd Gilliland was finally going to get a win. Cruised all the way through that final few laps there.
Yeah, he was like 4 seconds ahead of Haley, which was in second. And I believe Haley had a fast truck. We just like, I don't know if he's going to catch him or not, man. He was like a 10th faster, better lap, but he's just running out of laps.
Final lap to go. Seemed like Gilliland was just going to cruise to a win. It's going to finally be a win for KBM. It's been a while, and bad luck strikes Todd Gilliland. He would run out of fuel. Justin Haley would cruise right on by him. Haley gets the win and goes to Homestead, the battle for a championship in just a few weeks.
Yeah, anytime Todd's leading and Haley's in second or third, Something's gonna happen.
It's like the thing with us and Truex, and yeah, if that guy is anywhere near you and you're leading the race, doesn't matter if he's near or far, something's going to happen, and evidently that's still true tonight.
I wonder how many people on Twitter said, "Get ready to put Gilliland's going to get his first win." Uh-oh.
Yeah, I literally wrote in my notes, Gilliland gets the win, cruises to a win, and then I had to erase all of that. Right, Haley gets a win. So it was a crazy last lap. We've had a lot of those finishes this year in the Truck Series, like with John Hunter Nemechek and Brett Moffitt. It's just been a wild year so far. We're not done yet.
Yeah, you got to wait for the checker flag to really find out who wins these races. And we want to say congratulations to Justin Haley. Not only gets the win, but gets his ticket punch to go to Homestead and maybe race for a championship.
Now 50% of that championship 4 is GMS. So they'll be looking forward to, putting their Chevrolets in victory lane at Homestead, no matter if it's Sauter or Haley. Haley's just been on the rails so far in the playoffs. Him and Sauter just found some sort of speed, and maybe that's some good luck for Homestead.
Yeah, the final round of the playoffs, they really, they really picked up their game with Sauter winning in Martinsville, and now Haley wins at Texas. So.
And now we're going to Phoenix. Just 2 more races left. It's weird to say that, like it's almost over.
Almost over. It's kind of exciting, but it's sad at the same time.
It's like there's this big climax that happens, championship time, and then there's nothing for a few months. Who are we going to be in a few months?
We're going to be walking around as zombies. What are you doing?
I don't. Man, it's Sunday and it's 3 o'clock. I don't got nothing to do.
I need some racing.
Because we're gonna have to go on NASCAR Heat 3 or something. Remember the good old days when we had this on Sunday? Oh man, that was great. But anyway, before we get into the winter depression, we're going to talk about Phoenix and who do we think will be in the championship 4?
Well, I think pretty much the way the points are now, that's what it's going to end up.
Yeah, I think so too, unless Matt Crafton or Grant Enfinger can just throw a Hail Mary and win that race, punch their ticket in the Homestead, and one of those who's currently in will have to go home.
Yeah, I believe Noah Gregson, if he just maintain and just keep on what he's doing, he should be able to make it, because I believe he's I forget how many points ahead
I believe it's like 18. 19 points above. But we've had issues before, like William Byron did there a few years ago. His truck blew up on the closing laps, and he would not go to battle for a championship.
Yeah, then with Brett Moffitt, he's just above the cutoff line. I believe he can. They really didn't show a whole lot of strength here at Texas, but he finished in the top 5. So if he just maintains in Phoenix, he may even still win.
Yeah, he got a 3rd place finish at Texas, and he wasn't even one of the strong cars or trucks. He just wasn't. He just got lucky there at the end.
Yeah, he qualified good and then kind of slipped back and ran okay, but I believe he'll be all right.
It's time to make our picks to win Phoenix. So who you going with?
Well, I won't if I want to stay with Moffitt or not. So I believe I just go with Sauter.
Yeah, Sauter is showing some great strength. Besides the string of bad luck today. But maybe he'll go to Phoenix and show him up, bring some more momentum for Homestead. As for me and my pick, we'll go Justin Haley. getting 2 in a row because momentum's everything, and GMS right now has a lot of confidence, and I think I can't go wrong with Justin Haley right now.
If you're gonna peak, right now is the right time to peak.
Yeah, right now,
not in the season, in regular season, not start the playoffs, at the end of the playoffs, and just kind of just take over.
Yeah, so that was our review of this Texas race in the Truck Series. Hope you all enjoyed it, and we'll see you for Phoenix next week.